What's up, y'all? One Dirt Bike Boy here, and if you guys watched my last Explorer video, I told y'all I would have an update on my Mustang, my 94 Mustang GT. Well, here it is. It's going to be kind of like a just a go around of it. Let you hear how it sounds, tell you a little about what I did to it since I've had it. As you can see, it's a 94 Mustang GT. It has the 5-liter V8. Same as the Fox bodies had. The 94 is actually the last SN95 that had the 5.0 in it. So this was the 94 was the first SN95 body style. The wheels I have changed on it. In my last video you saw it had the stock 3-spoke wheels. I now have 17-inch Cobra wheels, and on the front I have 245/40/17 tires, and on the rear I have 275/40/17s. These both front and rear are Sumo Tumo tires. So yeah, my last video for the exhaust, I had the stock tips going out the back with the mufflers swapped out for the Dynomax bullet mufflers, the same that I have on my Explorer. And now I have put my off-road X-pipe in, so it's a lot louder. I'll show you the inside before I start it up. The inside is the tan leather, or beige leather, whatever you want to call it, tan or beige, gold. Looks very gold. See, it's kind of torn there. Didn't expect much more out of a 94. Car's 20 years old now. The top is in really good condition. Just has like these little black spots around here. You can kind of see it if you look hard. But unless you're 6 inches away from it, you can't even see the black spots. Here I've glued the door. A lot of these cars, the door panel is very flimsy and like it was basically falling off, so you glue that a little bit. The 3 gauges, don't mind these, just volts, temperature, and boost, which isn't really boost. This isn't boosted. The odometer is showing 115/471, but the odometer gear is broken, so the speedometer works, but it does not record your miles. It's estimated to probably have around 140,000 miles on it right now, but it runs really good. I've kept the stock radio only because I bought this thingy here. Basically a tape player with an auxiliary cord on the end, so you can play your music. And this stock stereo actually sounds pretty good for it to be 20 years old. And just looking at like the little stuff like the buttons, this just shows that, yeah, this is a one-owner car when I got it. I got it from my job. I work at CarMax, and it was a trade-in, and I scooped it up. And just looking at the small stuff, like, yeah, the person could have went and replaced the stereo and replaced everything, but like just looking at it, the cruise control, I ran out of memory. Sorry about that. The knob is just a Hurst knob, really cool. Feels good, but I actually don't like it that much. With it being longer, you think that it would give you more leverage when shifting gears, but that knob, I don't know if it's cheap quality or something, but it just kind of feels flimsier than when I had a ball on there. So it feels like when I'm shifting hard, it feels like the knob is about to rip off of my hand. Like it feels like it's bending. So yeah, I'm gonna change that pretty soon. But it looks pretty cool. Looks really cool actually. Nothing else on the interior really that stands out. The passenger seat is really good. These seats are actually really nice. They're big and they're soft. And yep, the back seat never been sat in like everyone says, but really it's never been sat in. One thing about this car, my convertible top does not work. So when I put the top down, I have to actually just unlatch it and pull it back. I would demonstrate that to you, but I don't feel like it because it's kind of hard getting it back up. You just got to put a lot of oomph into it when you're lifting it back up. But I have 20% window tint on it, and up here, this is not window tint. This is actually a strip of vinyl. So I don't know if you can see that. This is vinyl. You can kind of peel it up if I tried hard enough. That's really it on the interior. I'll show you the trunk. Let's see where my keys are at. excuse the noise. People aren't normally at this park. The trunk is pretty good. I had a trunk net, but it's gone now. I forgot what happened to it. But yeah, the trunk is actually stupidly small. You can fit a little bit of stuff in here, maybe groceries, but not a lot of stuff can fit in here. The back, it's black because this car came with a wing. In my last video, I believe the wing was on there. Well, we took the wing out, and there was 4 holes that connected, filled the holes in, and primed it to paint it. Yeah, really, only thing we did was lower it as well. I don't think I mentioned that. It has, I believe, E-box springs. I actually forgot. Really cheap springs, cheap lowering springs, and they're actually cut. So it's lowering springs plus you cut about a quarter or half of a quarter of a coil. I forget that too. And it looks really good. A raked look. I can get back here and show you. The front's really low though. I'll get under the car and let you see how low the front is. The rear is low as well. That wasn't cut as much as the front. But yeah, this car doesn't look, it's pretty low, but it doesn't look like slammed like a lot of other cars you see. That's how low it is off the ground. I'll get a wallet, well, iPhone to show you. No, I'm using my iPhone. Never mind. Here's a wallet, just to show you in comparison to how big it is. Yeah, so that's a wallet. Not really good comparison. The front end sits about 5 inches off the ground. But I'll show you under here. You can see that. That's the oil pan. There's a small brace. A brace that protects the oil pan. And as you can see, that brace is pretty scuffed up. Hits the ground a lot. That brace is probably 3 inches off the ground. So that's the lowest part of the car, is 3 inches off the ground right now. And it scrapes on everything. So if you're on a bumpy road and you hit a bump the wrong way, it scrapes. If you come to a red light and like the middle is raised, the middle of the road is raised, it scrapes on that as well. So you got to be really careful. But yeah, I'll show you the motor. There's nothing really special about the motor, just an intake. What I will be doing in the very near future is getting nitrous. So right now I'm just happy with a healthy stockish car with just an intake filter, not even a full intake, just a K&N air filter. And yeah, the 5.0, new plugs and wires just were installed, and the battery is in pretty good condition right now. I do have HIDs, the 10,000K, I believe. I forget. Yeah, I think it's 10,000 because they're kind of like dark blue. I'll show you. When you first turn them on, they take a second to warm up. Excuse the glare. You can kind of hear one of the ballast. And for the fog lights, I just have yellow bulbs. But yeah, they look not as, yeah, there it is. That's the kind of blue it is. It's a really dark blue with a almost purple look to it. But yeah, it looks really cool tonight. Really good, excuse me. I had a burp. Yep, I'll get a night video just like I did my Explorer, showing the lights. Well, here's the fun part. I'll get you a video of it starting. So, here's a startup. It's been warmed up and drove it around a lot, so good to go. And the key isn't turning. The airbag light will go off. If you hear it now, you hear a whine, that's the throwout bearing. That will be getting fixed as well pretty soon. Here's the boost gauge I was telling you about. That's not real boost. See, the car is really loud. It's actually dumped right before the rear axle, so you can actually see it from the back if you get under the car. Yeah, right there. You got the dynomax packs, and you got some tips. I will soon also be getting the Cobra tips, the independent rear suspension ones that come underneath the gas tank and then branch out. Yep, this is her. I will now get a video of the driving. Can't really shift holding the camera in one hand and trying to steer.